I play each point like my life depends on it. It's not the time to look for excuses. In your career you have a lot of good moments and bad ones. The important thing is to have enough motivation to keep working all the days with humility and trying to be a better player than before. I am going to try to continue doing this. My motivation is tomorrow, just one day at a time, right? I learned during all my career to enjoy suffering. The glory is being happy. The glory is not winning here or winning there. The glory is enjoying practicing, enjoy every day, enjoying to work hard, trying to be a better player than before. The only way of finding a solution is to fight back, to move, to run, and to control that pressure. If somebody says I am better than Roger, I think this person doesn't know anything about tennis. However great your dedication, you never win anything on your own. Is only a tennis match. At the end, that's life. There is much more important things. I'm not the best player in the history of tennis. I think I'm amongst the best. That's true. That's enough for me. Stay healthy, do sports and above all have fun while doing sport. Competing or just for fun, whatever, simply enjoy and try your best. Working hard, working well with achievable goals normally pays off. Believe in the people that are with you and listen to those who have more experience. If I am not playing at 100%, it is going to be very difficult for me to win. Even if I have already peaked, I have to believe I can improve. I wake up every morning, and go to practice, with the illusion that I'm going to get better that day. My motivation and aspiration is the same, being number 1 or being number 5. So that's the truth. And my goal is the same, it's to always be happy playing, it's to enjoy the game and improve always. I have lived my whole life with high intensity. I have no sense of humor about losing. I'll never have a tattoo, I just don't like them, and when you're old they can look a disaster. As for piercings, I don't like them on men. Everyone is entitled to have their own opinions. I don't have any idols, any heroes, nothing, no. I always had the theory that the most important thing is be happy, enjoy what are you doing, and be fresh mentally. I appreciate a lot in this life, the things you cannot buy. Life is only once. I am happy being here and all the things that are a risk I normally avoid. You have to accept both losing and winning well. I've stayed calm when I'm winning and I've stayed calm when I've lost. I'd rather lose an argument than get into a long discussion in order to win it. That's painful always to lose. I love the beach. I love the sea. All my life I live within, in front of the sea. Always I believe that I can play better. But I am happy. 2 weeks ago, I was in a fantastic situation, winning at Roland Garros. Now, losing in the first round, it's tough. The tour continues. Life continues. This is a sport of victories, not a sport of losses. Nobody remembers the losses. I don't want to remember the loss. I have no interest in becoming a tax exile and living somewhere I don't want to. I just want to be at home with my family. You know, a lot of things changed. What never changed is the illusion to keep playing tennis, the illusion to keep doing well the things, and the illusion to be in a good position of the ranking and play these kind of matches. I play because I have fun. If I don't have fun on the court, there is something wrong. I am just a 19-year-old boy that likes to do what he likes, nothing else. I doubt about myself. I think doubts are good in life. The people who don't have doubts, I think only two things: arrogance or not intelligence. I just try to win the match by fighting for every point, and running down every ball. I always work with a goal, and the goal is to improve as a player and a person. That, finally, is the most important thing of all. People sometimes exaggerate this business of humility. It's a question simply of knowing who you are, where you are, and that the world will continue exactly as it is without you. We'll try and be very aggressive, we'll try and speed up and change gears, and we'll see who's going to win. Tennis is a hard sport. There is a lot of competition all year and you play alone. The problem nowadays is that children have become too much the center of attention. Their parents, their families, everybody around them feels a need to put them on a pedestal. So much effort is invested in boosting their self-esteem that they are made to feel special and of themselves, without having done anything. I have the same bedroom I've always had. It's clean and tidy when I get home, and after 2 or 3 days it gets messy and my mother nags me. He has always been obedient, which is a sign of intelligence in a child because it shows you understand that your elders know better than you, that you respect their superior experience of the world. My goal is to improve my game, stay healthy and be competitive. If I have that, I know I can be able to win tournaments, which in the end is what it counts. In Mallorca, I can be myself. I go to the supermarket and the cinema, and I am just Rafa. Everyone knows me, and it is no big deal. I can go all day, no photographs. The thing, when you're down 2 sets to love, is to stay calm, even though it's hard, because people are freaking out, people are worried for you. If you are playing bad, you are going to lose here, on clay, on ice, or on the beach. I live where I would like to live. I live in Mallorca, Spain, and I am not sure there are better places. Playing well or playing bad, I have to play aggressive. I must play aggressive. When one gets beaten by somebody better, one has to know how to lose with humility. Sure, I could have served better. Sure, I could have hit my forehand harder. But the truth was this was like an avalanche, and there was no way to stop it. I am decidedly unfriendly during a golf game, from the first hole to the last. I think I am a complete player. I can play well on all the surfaces. For me, the clay might be easiest, but I am not a specialist on clay. I admire a lot of people, but in terms of sport I've always loved the mentality of Tiger Woods on a golf course. I always love his eyes when he's setting himself and focusing on his decision. He has a really strong, focused face and believes that he can make the shot. Hard courts are very negative for the body. I know the sport is a business and creating these courts is easier than clay or grass, but I am 100% sure it is wrong. I am afraid of a lot of things. A dog. I could be afraid of a dog that's upset, for example. And on the tennis courts, maybe on the outside I look fearless, but on the inside, I'm scared. There's not one player in the world who isn't nervous before matches. Especially important matches. I like a lot of sports. Especially football, it's my favorite sport. My uncle played football in Barcelona for 9 years and played for Spain in 3 World Cups. I would love to learn other languages, maybe French? My uncle speaks German, so maybe also German? Chinese seems to be too difficult. Confidence is the most important thing in this sport, and the confidence from winning Wimbledon would make it easier to win the Olympics, too. Either would be very difficult, both even more, but the player who wins Wimbledon will be the favorite for the Olympics. It can happen. I'm only superstitious on the tennis court. And of one thing I have no doubt, the more you train, the better you're feeling. Tennis is, more than most sports, a sport of the mind. It is the player who has those good sensations on the most days, who manages to isolate himself best from his fears and from the ups and downs and morale a match inevitably brings, who ends up being world number one. When Federer has these patches of utter brilliance, the only thing you can do is try and stay calm, wait for the storm to pass. There is not much you can do when the best player in history is seeing the ball as big as a football and hitting it with power, confidence, and laser accuracy. I am happy with being a tennis player and the choice I took when I was 12. But clearly, if I wouldn't have been a tennis player, I would have loved to be a soccer player. But again, I am happy with the choice I made. In tennis, because of the way it's scored, I don't think that scoring 1 point out of luck is ever decisive in winning. But, of course, it depends on the moment. Some people get very confused about my game. They think it's better if the court is slow, because I have a good defense. But the faster it is, the better for me. My spin is more painful for my opponents, my aggressive game works better. My tennis is aggressive, though I wouldn't say that it's more physical than technical. I rely more on technique than physique, but being physical is always a help to me. It's more a tennis problem than a mental problem. The transition is difficult. It depends how much time you have. Playing on grass can sometimes be a bit of a lottery. My serve can get better, for sure. It's not just about serving bombs, but positioning, variation in speed, in spin. As a tennis player you can win and you can lose, and you have to be ready for both. I practiced self-control as a kid. But as you get older they both, winning and losing, get easier. For me, it is important to win titles and for that I need to work hard, stay healthy and be able to compete. The rest, I always say, it comes. I have always tried to avoid regrets. Could I have done differently some things in my career? Maybe. I am very lucky because when I come back home, I have a completely normal life. I can relax, playing golf, fishing, doing what I want. I know when I finish a tournament, I am going to relax at home.